On this week's GTA 5 o'clock, 10 new Rockstar verified jobs added to GTA Online. The great next-gen release date debate continues. And could we be getting an army-themed DLC pack? Find out in this week's GTA 5 o'clock. Hello and welcome to this week's GTA 5 o'clock. We are up to episode 90 and I'm your host, James Jarvis. And joining me, as ever, is co-host Dan Dawkins.
Hello.
Hello, Dan. First thing to say this week, sorry about the mics last week. Dan, you weren't having a minor
brain
meltdown. There was some weird noise going on. So hopefully we fix that this week. So it'll be plain sailing from here on. A few things to talk about this week. First up is there are now 10 new Rockstar verified jobs for GTA Online. These include races, death matches and some capture modes. We're not going to go through them all because that would take ages. But we have picked out a few that we're going to show you. First up is called Code 1391. You can see footage of this on the screen now. This is a technical racer that has got long looping circuits taking place in the heart of downtown. We can see Mr. Trophy playing it here. He's getting on rather well.
What a sweet car.
Yes, this is one of the ones that you get to choose from the selection menu at the front. Apparently this is definitely a race where it pays to get ahead and stay there, but there are enough hazards and difficult sections to ensure no one is ever going to get too comfortable. Good one for you to take part in there, Dan. Next up, we've got the Urban Jungle. This is a death match which takes place in single-story houses and the yards of South Los Santos. This is a close quarters team death match. You can go on the rooftops so you can get up and down, drop on some unsuspecting foes and get out a few shotgun kills. Little hint for this one is to try to exploring the vertical space to gain a natural advantage or sneak around the back of the opposing team. Something we weren't very good at when we played against the Rockstar developers death matches, Dan. We didn't have too much success.
In vertical or horizontal space?
No. Next up is a bit of capture. This is one of the ones basically like capture the flag, but it's capture the bag in GTA Online. This is in Palito Bay and it's called Operation Interrupt. It's a joint operation comprised of the FIB and the local PD, has resulted in several bags of drugs being seized. So you have to go there and take them back to their respective areas. Something that Mr. Trophy said he was playing online. These jobs seem to be quite popular at the moment. He was playing on Xbox 360, but normally when you get verified jobs, there's not a lot of people playing them and it's quite difficult to get games. But at the moment, if you do fancy checking out any of these jobs, they are got other people playing right now, which is good. Next up, we've got Rail Yard Railed Out, created by Jake. Now, apparently, regular viewers of the Rockstar Games Twitch channel may remember this job from the July 11th live stream, and this is created by a guitarist and GTA Online player. Probably not any resemblance to any of the things he does in real life, but you know, there we go, a little bit of...
Not quite sure how this reflects his abilities at the guitar, but hey, good level, bro. Yeah. And you could play us a song on top.
Yeah.
Should the game support it, which it doesn't.
If you could have custom playlists, I'm sure he'd put his band in there. Little tip for this then, grab the sniper rifle and pick off anyone attempting to dash between cover spots. That's your best way to get kills on this. And finally, we've got That's What She Said. So this is a race for sports cars and it's got a visual theme of decay running through the course with broken down train carriages, gas cylinders and other industrial detritus littering the side tracks. Look out for smaller jumps in and out of the dockyards, a tricky section to enter and exit the train tracks, and a final huge leap from the freeway back to the finishing line. And if you enjoy this, the guy who's created it has 67 other jobs that he's created as well.
Wowzer. I would say as well, if I rented a movie called That's What She Said, and it turned out to be a racer set in an industrial wasteland, I would feel slightly miscommunicated to. Just a note for you there, Rockstar. Just a note.
All right, so if you like any of those GTA Online jobs, go and check them out now, and you should find a load of people playing them from the online menus. Let's move on to one of our favourite topics, Dan, the release date of GTA on new gen, Xbox One, PS4 and PC. The debate continues. Understandably, last week when we mentioned the word delay, there were quite a few comments of people swearing and being quite upset with us that we'd even mentioned that that might be happening. But we've got new evidence and some new theories around this topic. We were sent, I think, the GTA forums were sent a picture recently from EB Games New Zealand, which have the release date in October with a TBC date. It's worth pointing out that on that very same poster from EB Games, they also have Battlefield Hardline listed as coming out this year, which has been delayed till 2015, and Evolve listed as well, which has also been delayed. So I wouldn't read too much into that.
Or anything.
Or anything at all. No, you're dismissing that, Dan, totally.
Sounds like an administrative error. I think this is the thing, and people increasingly clutch for listings on retailer websites, of which there are myriad. Very often in real life these things aren't particularly well updated, and you know, some are better maintained than others. I wouldn't read too much into this. No,
I mean, if you do go through the October release dates, you've got the 7th of October's Alien Isolation comes out. You've got The Evil Within on the 14th. You've got Assassin's Creed Unity on the 28th. So realistically, it could only really fit in the week beginning the 20th.
Oh, and even more so, that's a printed catalogue. Now, you know, with our experience of print, that could be printed weeks in advance. So like that to me is just guessing. Like print lead times can be a month, something like that. You know, if it's an online listing, it's easier to update. You can correct the mistake if that's the case. Print magazine, it's guesstimating.
Okay, so we have mentioned it on the show before that we think if it was going to come out, it's probably going to be around November time. And we've had a look at the release dates before on the show. We've had another look at them just now before we started recording. And we're looking sort of like, we think, like middle of November is the best bet after Call of Duty.
Yeah, this is what we said on the show like about a month ago. We felt there was a date in the middle of November that fell best for release dates. Now we can talk through that just now. I've also got like some information that I can't really disclose that could lead towards November being a more likely date than others. I can't really go much further with that right now. I think, you know, again, you look at, like we've discussed many times, it can launch essentially when it wants. When it drops, other games probably want to move out of the way. At the same time, Rockstar aren't insane. They don't want to deliberately go to head with, say, Halo, which is the biggest game on Xbox One this year, or Call of Duty, which is the biggest game almost de facto, bar GTA. They'd probably rather avoid those things. As much as anything, not so much for sales, but for the point of view of not annoying people. Because, you know, you don't want to have, like, 3 red-hot games on the boil all on the same day. Then you've got to make a decision and you get vaguely sad and furious. People would probably rather a week or two before Prime releases, so you get chances to enjoy it. Now, we do know Call of Duty, the big game, it is every year. That's out on November the 4th, which is a Tuesday. We very much doubt Rockstar would drop on the same day as that. Now, on the 11th, which is a week afterwards, we get Halo, the Master Chief Collection. That's the biggest thing on Xbox One this year. Now, it probably would be that given that GTA 5 is coming out on Xbox One, Microsoft wouldn't want Rockstar to release GTA on that day because it would only cannibalise sales of their biggest first-party thing this year. So if there's any dialogue between them, I don't know if this is the case or not, they would probably say to Rockstar, it would be cool if you didn't release on that day.
Yeah.
So, you know, I can see that being a thing. Now, that then sort of narrows us down to a few dates we think are more likely. One is the week afterwards, which is the 18th of November on a Tuesday. And this is assuming it launches in the US first as a global date. There isn't really a lot that's big time around the 18th. If we have a quick scan through our release date, we've got like Lego Batman 3, which is cool, but that's out on the 14th. That's not like a big competitor to GTA. On the 17th, you've got Company Heroes 2 on PC. On the 21st, you've got like Dragon Age and different things, Far Cry. But again, you know, these are the UK dates. The 18th is clear for a US global release date. Equally, Friday the 14th, Friday being the day games release, certainly in the UK, could be a date. So if I was asked to pin the tail on the donkey, I would say Friday the 14th, Tuesday the 18th of November. Let's wait and see. Do I think it will be delayed? No.
Okay, I just want to point out before we move on that episode 100 of GTA 5 o'clock will go live on November the 5th.
Just in time to play Call of Duty.
Yes, just in time for a day after Call of Duty to play that.
Hey, Rockstar, if you are listening, it would be super cool if the 100th episode of GTA 5 o'clock could feature something exciting and exclusive around GTA 5 Next Gen. Crosses all fingers.
Imagine that. Okay, let's move on to the talk of last week's show, DLC. There's been mixed feelings about the Flight School DLC. I don't know why, because it's like a free piece of content for everyone gets to go and play. But a lot of people are like, oh, it doesn't have this in it, doesn't have the Hydra in it. I'm pretty annoyed. I'm not really sure, you know, I don't really like this anymore. But I think it's worth pointing out that we haven't done for a while on the show just how much new content that has been added to GTA Online since it came out. So it came out as a fully formed piece of online stuff. Obviously there were bugs and stuff here and there when you launch a massive thing like that. But then in November, so the game came out in September, obviously. In November we got the Beach Bum update. I remember playing that. We got the beach buggies on the beach and stuff. Then we had a little break for Christmas, but we did get the Christmas Day snow in Los Santos, which was amazing and a really good event. February we had the Valentine's Day DLC, which was like the sort of 1950s, 60s cars zooming about the streets. Then in March we had the business update. May we had the High Life update. June, hipster. July, the Independence Day stuff, which we got to play the live stream. And then on the 19th of August, just last week, we had the Flight School update. So almost once a month-ish, we've been getting brand new content in form of jobs and new weapons and vehicles and apartments and stuff. And like, it's a massive game, and those aren't, like, they're quite significant updates as well. So it's been really good content. So I think we should just say, let's just appreciate all the good stuff we've been getting, because some games don't get updated at all after release, apart from a few patches here and there and paid for DLC, and all this stuff is free.
Yeah, it's really cool. And at the time that, you know, GTA Online was announced, there was lots of grumbling about I'm going to get fleeced for DLC and this is ripping me off, and oh, you're selling the game again. You know, someone had the sort of the chutzpah to say, Rockstar sold me a 1-year beta trial on PS3 GTA 5. Now they expect me to buy the real version on PS4. It's like, really? Is that what you think it is? A beta trial? Like an 80-hour game with a brilliant, effectively free online mode is a beta trial. Wow, these are spectacular times. You've got to commend Rockstar for releasing such a fleet of content. The only thing I would say is it's lots of the same-ish type of content, similar things, different hats. If I was in the gym, it's like, you know, doing an hour of press-ups and squat thrusts, and then saying, well, you know, I really wouldn't like a drink and a chocolate bar, and then someone comes on stage and goes, no, what you really want is another song and some, you know, leg thrusts.
Right.
And
Good.
I'd be like, actually, I want a chocolate bar and a drink now. So for chocolate bar and a drink, read heists and new locations.
Okay.
Please, you know, please deliver those things to us, Rockstar. It's what we've been crying out for, you know, literally a year. That would be really nice to have, but I do not want to devalue the great content they've provided for free.
No, so while we're talking about DLC, there is a brief bit of speculation online at the moment about the next type of DLC, which you'll be pleased to know, Dan, seems to be another song and some leg thrusts. It could be an army DLC pack, which would include some new face paints, the possibility of putting the Hydra in, because there is some code in the Flight School update which allows for vertical takeoff and landing vehicles. Obviously the Hydra isn't in it, but they could put it in the Army DLC. There's also maybe the Hunter helicopter could be in there. That's just pure speculation though. But the code for Army DLC does seem to exist in, they've broken down the game code again. The multiplayer Army DLC tag does seem to exist in there. It does seem to open up some new face paints once it's checked for it and things like that. So it could be coming. If it is coming, is it coming in September? Well, there's not really much happening in September in terms of big days. Apart from September the 11th is obviously Patriots Day in the US, but releasing a DLC pack on that day seems, I don't know if that would fit. But in October, I don't know if it's coming then. You've got Halloween. You'd expect some kind of Halloween themed pack. I would anyway.
Well, I'd like a Halloween theme pack. Now, what I don't want is pumpkin mask, skeletons.
What? That's what I wanted.
No, skeleton suit and that. That's all cool, right? That's fine. But this is a chance to, this is what, you know, maybe GTA Online has lacked, is more context-changing, game-changing events, right? So this Halloween, how about make this the time to say, for a week, 2 weeks, the dead have risen, and now GTA Online is like a sort of zombie survival mode, and make it like co-op Left 4 Dead style survival, and other streets packed with zombies. Put the emphasis on co-op, pimp up the weapons, the melee weapons, make the cars customizable with like shredding things. Make it like Dead Rising for 2 weeks, right? Make it super fun. You haven't got to play it. It's there as an option. But change the type of game GTA is. You've got the ability to do that, I think. I don't know, saying it's easy. It's not just press the button to do it. But there is scope to do events like that in much the same way we discussed a very long time ago. Alien Invasion DLC would have been super cool. This is a great chance for Halloween to do something like that. I think you're going to get more press-ups and/or a Halloween hat.
Well, we have seen, actually, like, rumours and hints of zombies and that kind of thing coming. There is some kind of things in the code about zombies and DLC and that kind of thing. So you might be right. You've heard it here first. Halloween, there will be some kind of zombie uprising in Los Santos.
I'm saying I'd like that.
Well, you know, and when it happens, we'll come back to this episode and we'll be like, hey, look at that. Another tick box in the right column.
It's not a prediction based on evidence, merely good taste.
Many things that you'd like.
Yes.
All right, so let us know what you think about all the DLC and the Flight School stuff in the comments below. And we will move on to our Snapmatic competition results. Last week's theme was aircraft, in conjunction with the Flight School DLC. I've picked out 6 pictures this week, Dan, because they were so good and we got so many entries that I picked an extra one for the runners-up and picked a winner.
Okay.
So hopefully you'll enjoy these and you'll be able to come up with some brilliant stories, as always. We'll start with Alex Sniper Bullet and his picture of aircraft. Now, I thought this was very LA Noire-esque. What do you think? It's got an aircraft in it.
LA Noire with a jet aircraft.
Well, yeah, I mean, you know, it's not quite in the same time frame, but the guys, like the coloration of it and the guys with the hats on looked a bit sort of investigator-ish. It's in America. Come on.
I don't know what, I'm honestly like flabbergasted. I'm trying to reconcile the 1930s era bowler hat insurance inspector stroke policeman look with the sort of Mac fighter style Top Gun meets LA Noire. I don't know, this is weird.
Okay.
I don't approve.
Well, you don't approve
It's
of
a
that.
nice shot, but it's weird, right?
Well, that's why it's a runner-up.
Yeah, okay.
Let's go for Antrax 67 next. How about this one?
Oh, yeah, this is more like it. This is a hefty waft of spray from the undercarriage, and that's it. But it's a nice shot, great reflection. This would be even better on next gen.
Yeah. Well, I had to think of the teamwork it would have taken to get this one as well, because someone else has to be flying that jet while someone stands there and snaps it just at the right time.
Respect.
Bram Van de Bush, you don't even remember him from last week.
He's
got another picture here. I think we've seen this one before. This is Michael, and I think that jet is not balancing on that tree. It's crashing behind it, but it's a well-timed shot.
What an amazing shot. It looks almost like one of those abstract visual puzzles. You know, you have to say what you see to make a word. So it's like Michael Moon Plane. Or, you know, Michael Crescent Jet.
I see where you're going.
So if anyone can crack that code, let us know in the comments below. I merely think this is a nice piece of coordination. It's hilarious because the plane is balancing on the tree, on its nose.
Next up then, Christian Otter Bailey has this great shot from the very front of a plane in flying in formation there.
Oh, well, that's lovely. Well done. That's like an actual quasi-art piece with a good repetition of spherical objects. Well done.
Moving on to our last runner-up is Dash Oshi. Now,
whoa!
Check this out.
That's some mad-ass flying right down the tunnel. Again, given that someone's got to do that and you've got to capture it, I'd love to have seen how many times they failed to make it through the tunnel.
Well, a lot of people have been asking in the Challenge Down section for you to fly one of these jets through that very tunnel.
Wow.
So next week, I think we might have to bring that challenge up and see if you can do it.
Prove how easy it is.
Exactly, and we can get a shot just like this.
Okay, that's a good one.
But our winner this week is Vadim Dek. Now, he has got everything you could want in a picture here, especially when the theme is aircraft. It's got an aircraft in it. It's got the police. What have those guys been doing, Dan?
Well, one of them's drinking. He's holding a giant pencil. I can't really see what he's doing, the guy in there. Is he having...
I think he's having a beer.
So he's having a beer, so he's... Good grief. I can't even begin to unpick this story. He is a drunk who was going to distribute 3 bottles of an illegal beverage from the back of the spray cannons. And the police have caught him at the last minute, and the guy in the parachute was going to... Anyway, move on.
Moving on. So he's our winner. So congratulations, you've won this week's Snapmatic competition. If you'd like to enter next week, you can do so by putting your links in the comments below, or getting in touch on Twitter at GTA Video Clock, or on Facebook at facebook.com/GTA Video Clock. And the theme for next week, speaking of what those guys have just been doing, Dan, is caught in the act.
Ho-ho.
So interpret that how you want. Maybe you've seen someone doing some graffiti, robbing a store, or they're getting caught by the police. Something in interesting locations, doing a little bit abstract things and getting caught in the act. So send us your links and you might be featured on next week's show. Now, as we mentioned just now, there is no challenge Dan this week, but we will set up that jet challenge for next week. That's going to be very, very funny. My PS3 is broken, so that's why there's no challenge Dan. It yellow lighted at the weekend. Made me pretty sad, so I can't play GTA anymore. And Trophy didn't bring a copy of his game. So that's another reason why there's no challenge, Dan.
Boo.
But if you do have any suggestions for it, please leave them in the comments below along with your Snapmatic entries. Get in touch on Twitter and Facebook. And we will see you next week on Wednesday at 5 PM for another GTA Video Clock.